Hi, and welcome back to Professor B Designs. So far, we have completed every requirement for the two-page magazine spread, and this is our final just tweaking of our design, and we're going to just make a few final little changes to it and then package it for submission on Canvas or submission to your printer, whichever you're doing this for. So, without further ado, the first thing I want to do is make this text a little more visible. So, what I'm going to do is click on the background image that I've placed in the background, and I want to lower the opacity just to make it a little more viewable and a little more reader friendly. I don't want it to overpower my entire design, and just to make sure that it doesn't, I'm going to go to View, Screen Mode, Presentation, just so I can get a really good look at how hard or how difficult it will be to read. And you can see over here, it's quite difficult to read where the trees are. So I'm going to select it again, and I'm going to lower the opacity even more. There we go. And one more time, screen mode, presentation, and there we go. Now it's definitely more readable. So I like this. So now we are going to save it. So we're going to save it, then we're going to package it. Actually, we're going to save it, run a pre-flight, and then package it for submission, and then we're going to zip it. So the first thing we want to do to run a pre-flight, and a pre-flight basically tells us if there's any errors or anything wrong with our document. So we go to Window, Output, and Pre-flight. Right now, my pre-flight is telling me that there are absolutely zero errors on this design. So I have no offset text. I have no text that's out of whack. We are all good to go. So I'm going to check my links, just double check my links here. They're all linked. So everything is ready. So I want to hit File, Save As. And on File, Save As, I'm going to name it as my last name. If you're a student of mine, you'll name it last name hyphen first name hyphen section number hyphen project 4. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. And just for future reference, I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to hit Command C on a Mac or Control C on a Windows machine. And I'm just going to click Save. Now that it is saved, I'm going to package. File, Package. And it's going to tell me, just give me an overview, tell me if any links are missing, how many fonts I used, if any are protected, and then I'm going to click Package. And I'm going to get this pop-up. I'm going to save it to my desktop. It's pulled my last name, first name, section number, project number here, and created folder as where it's going to save it. So it's going to save it as a folder. I'm going to click Package. And then I am going to visit my desktop here, and here is my folder. So inside of your folder, you should have document fonts, which has the fonts that were used inside of the document. You'll have your INDD file, which is the actual InDesign file. You'll have a PDF of your design, and then you'll have a folder with your image links. So now that we know what's in the folder, you're going to take your folder, highlight it, you're going to right click or control click on it, and you're going to compress, and it's going to zip it, put it in a zip folder. This zip folder is what you submit via Canvas to me, or that you can submit to your printer, either one. And that concludes our tutorials for our two-page magazine spread in InDesign. I hope these provided you with the help that you needed to complete your assignments, or just helped you complete whatever you were working on. um, Stay tuned for our next tutorials, where we start working on tabs and creating menus in InDesign. Have a good one.